Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Scroll Cup team from, I always call him Z. He's a longtime member and longtime contributor, and always legend and always like leaderboard. Wall text coming. I dropped to 1700 elo because I was bored, then climbed from 1700 to 2450, where I am now mostly facing previous legends. Chestnut lead or Razor Leaf Ludicolo is pretty much an instant loss. Blastoise is the safe swap, and I found that the high attack on Blastoise comes in handy. I beat most Gastrodons in a CMP tie. Versus Annihilape lead, you will see me grab a shield first and then swap out to Brionne. The reason I do this is because I don't want the Annihilape to ramp up. If it's a shadow, I will also shield my Gastrodon, otherwise I don't. A team that has been tricky at higher is Poison lead, mostly Toxapex. Okay. With Sableye and Guzzlord in the back. It's almost always Guzzlord when you face a Poison lead. If I swap to Blastoise, do you not have Gastrodon here? Did I put the... What's happening here? If I swap to Blastoise and try to fight for switch, I seek to lose the battle, and I fight for switch with Brionne, I will end up in shield disadvantage, and then I'm getting to farm down my Brionne, yada yada yada. Overall, I feel like you can overcome most matchups and clever gameplay. It's rare that I feel I didn't have a chance to whatsoever. Okay, hope you don't need to my man. I doubt that I need to my man your battles, because you are significantly better than me. So let's take a look. Yeah, you're better than me, so I'm imagining you're making the right play the majority of the time. All right, let's see if this is a charm, or it is a charm, so it's slower to the leaf blade, and nice catch on the Mantine. I assume, where are we going to go here? Rollout user here. Yeah, oh, you do have Skull Bash, right? So you can definitely just Skull Bash this up, boost your attack. Not throwing the move. Maybe just going to see how much these rollouts do, and then just go Hydro here. That early say, you know, does that up. Nope, gonna go. Okay. I'm surprised you didn't throw it before, just to like grab a shield slash boost your defense. They do shield. Going to shield back. Okay. Now deciding to go Hydro, fighting for switch here. The rollouts are adding up. Unfortunately, does not get taken out, but does get the rollout down, so we'll take switch. And get to a Hydro here, but they will CMP. That's fine. I imagine we're going Brionne just to charm it down in like 2 seconds here. I don't know why you wouldn't. Burning the switch clock. There's one. There's two. I thought it'd be a go quicker, and it is a Morpeko in the back. So just going to stay in, shield, charm down. I imagine Beta's coming here because they can. Because you are definitely going to want to just stay in and charm this down, which you can. Have a move, but I think you just commit to the charm down anyways. For the win. Gastrodon into Annihilape. Okay, so this is what we're talking about here. You don't want it to ramp up. They're going to outpace you. Can you take one, or do you have to shield and then swap here? So we're going to shield and then shield the Rage Fist and then swap into Brionne like you said? No, going for the Earth Power. I thought you said you were going to... Okay, maybe you said you were going to grab a shield and then switch here. Okay, yeah, then sniping here. I'm assuming they're going to have an answer. Not really. Gastrodon. Gastrodon's fine as an answer. Just going to get to the Aqua Jet just to do some chip here. Worried that a move coming through could take you out. They're going to have a move here, but that charm does register. You could take switch if you want, but I don't know what the value is. So yeah, just going to let it go. I think that makes the most sense. Might want to even come Blastoise. No, we're just going to come Gastrodon. They could have a move, yeah. What do you do here? Gonna let this go. My only concern is that rollouts resisted. Oh, you lucky they instant swapped. Well, they instant swapped into a Pokemon that's gonna just lower your attack here. I assume they're just gonna, even though it's resisted, I wouldn't be surprised if they just go Icy Wind. Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't even know if it's the right play. But like if you could just lower the defense time, lower the attack times 2 or 3 here, it almost is worth just continue to go Icy Winds here. I do think that's the right play on their part, quite honestly. Even though it's not obviously doing anything to you, just being able to lower your attack by 3 and then have Annihilape just kind of sweep, I think is the right play. So here comes another move. You're worried about a Drill Run because Drill Run will take you out. Is again another Icy Wind. Trying to come out with some energy here, but you are 3 times lower. They do make a catch on the Annihilape. But I think we have 2 moves here because we definitely farmed a bunch, and we do have 2 moves 3 times lowered, resisted. They're in the red, so I still imagine this takes out, but yeah. Okay, good. I think it was just like the timing on that one. Just like the overfarm, essentially. They get out immediately in a mirror match. So the question is, why do you get out? And this is, again, something that I would ask myself immediately. You have a mirror match. Why are you trying to get out of a mirror match? And I see Dugong, and I see a Gastrodon lead, which makes me think that they're trying to draw out a Morpeko. They're trying to draw out a Morpeko with the Dugong. You still have draw on for it. And then have your Gastrodon beat it, and then have something like a Mandibuzz or something else weak to Morpeko in the back, is my read. Because there's no other reason to instant swap in the match like that. They double shield. They are double shielding a Dugong. They do flip switch. So maybe maybe the Mandibuzz or some other flyer like Mantine or something is coming in the back here. No. What are they doing? Okay, so Body Slam registers. You have 2 shields, so you might want to shield just to take this out and see what's in the... I honestly have no read on what's coming out of here. What are they doing? Why did they burn 2 shields? Wall Rain, okay. So, I mean, yes, it is same concept. Trying to draw out a fighter / Morpeko. I just thought it would be something way more stronger than just the Wall Rain. Or like different, I don't know, different typing all around. But basically the same Pokemon, the old, land the Earth Power, slap down for the win. Annihilape lead. Okay, so you've said, let's see if it's a non-shadow makes a difference. Letting the Reach Fist go. Gonna get to the Earth Power and just throw it. Trying to grab a shield, and then do you instant swap again if you grab it or not? If you don't, yeah, I was gonna say they do grab it, instant swap. Not surprising. And this is the only thing I was actually questioning about your strategy. Like, given that this meta is there are a bunch of Charmers, because it's just kind of like again, I think they're overrated, but a lot of people have been using Charmers because it's a fighting dark meta, and just Charm seems like a cheat code from that perspective. So I'm actually kind of surprised that you would pull that strategy against a fighter to actually swap Brionne in, because they most likely have an answer for it. And now maybe like double poison in the back or something. They end up shielding, knowing that the rollouts are resisted and they can maybe ramp up on Rage Fist and counter here. It's not the worst idea, because you're going to have to throw, and here comes another one. You're going to have to start shielding up twice here. And you can get another rollout off just to get a little more energy, but yeah, these cans are going to start adding up. Going to commit to the farm down. Ooh, aggressive. Damage is done. Have to go for the Skull Bash. You don't have to go for the Skull Bash. You can just go Hydro from this range. No? It would have been close. And it has a Lantern in the back, and that is unfortunate for you. One Skull Bash is not going to take out here. Yeah, see, I'm not sold on the strategy of coming into your Charmer in that matchup. Okay, mirror match, which they are staying in for. Bait time, Earth Power time. Yeah, there you go. Nuke or grab a shield, that's what I always say. And it lands. Fantastic. They may bait. They may not. Going to throw the Earth Power. Going to shield anyways. It is a bait. They can't get to another one, so they're going to have to throw a Body Slam here. That's fine. We just take this Body Slam. Take Switch. Have some energy for Mandibuzz and instant into... Yep, that's smart. You have basically 2 answers for this in the back, right? You have a Charmer and a Rollout user. So instant to the Rollout user. They do shield. The only problem here is they are going to essentially go to 2 moves here, because they're going to Electric Aura Wheel you out here, And then they're going to come out with the Dark Aura Wheel for the Gastrodon. So they're going to go back to back here. I think you just sacrifice both. I honestly think you come Gastrodon and just sacrifice it. And then just... I wouldn't... why... Like, I'm surprised that you're actually shielding this. I'm surprised you're not just trying to sacrifice that, come in and charm it down in like 2 or 3 charms, and then just coming in the back and out charming in this with a shield advantage. And if you need to use a shield on this, for if like Morpeko gets to another move, you could have shielded, but you would have had some energy and basically would have come out with a disarming voice for this. I don't think it's going to matter in the ending, but that's maybe how I would have played this matchup out, as opposed to shielding that Gastrodon up. So Aqua Jet Land does take it out. A couple charms will take this out. Looks like they maybe have legged out 2. Not that it matters. Oh, well, 3 charms. So yeah, that's 9 turns worth of moves. So they maybe could have got another move off there, but... Mirror match again. Can't wait for Great League to get back tomorrow. We'll do top teams, and then there's an event. It's open, Great League, Ultra League, Master League. So we'll do Great League, and then we'll do like... there's an event on Wednesday, so we'll do event coverage for the second video. Again, going straight Earth Power, and again landing it. And this time they do go straight Earth Power, and they give up switch into Sableye to come in with the Charm User. Now, it is a Shadow. This would hurt. Yeah, I don't even mind shielding this, because they could be actually double weak to this in the back. Their Gastrodon's already very low because you nailed the Earth Power, and they are double weak to it with Morpeko in the back. So yeah, you had a move, but I think it does not matter. Just basically fast move damage range for your entire team here. Yeah, just gonna commit the fast move damage down for all this. That's when you gotta start using your shields, people. Okay, Guzzlord. So they're going to get you a move here. You'll live. We're going to go straight Earth Power. Going to go straight Earth Power. Timing doesn't matter because it's same fast moves. It's like duration. They do shield. They're going to be able to farm you down now here. That's rough. Because, again, the problem with this Pokemon is that it is neutral. Out comes a Jellicent. Honestly, yeah, this is your best answer. So you kind of have to play this out. It is just a Surf, but those are adding up. Jellicent's probably lives. Yeah, and you're probably going to have to shield this if you want to live it. Or you could just get ahead with rollout energy. Yeah, okay, so just going to sacrifice this. Instant swap, save it in case we need to catch. Rollout. It's just a Surf, but again, these are going to start to just chip away here. We don't know what's in the back is the only concern. Guzzlord obviously starts shielding here. Yep. So Dragon Claw. Just going for the resisted Hydro because this is more than enough to take out. And they let it go. And in the back is a Drapion. And unfortunately for you, that's just... Was that Aquatail? 3? No. Yeah, 9. That's just Aquatail, isn't it? Yeah. But you're so low in their Shadow. Watch the catch. I don't think one Hydro takes out anyways because you're non-Shadow and they're just going to spam you here. You're going to have to try and catch. But they're just, as soon as you throw one fast move, they're just going to throw one fast and a charge move and take you out here. Yo, smart. Yeah, you could not have thrown a fast move because they were just going to go one. And so the 1 second delay, they're going to try and catch here though. And yeah, it's still going to outpace you. It's a tough one. Nice heads up play. That was kind of smooth on both your ends because they kind of knew that you were so much thinking at the end game here. So again, you could not go one rollout because they can just do easy one poison sting and throw it. They already had a move, so you can just throw it during the mid rollout. So just basically 2 second delayed there, and then caught there, which is huge. And then thinking that they were going to try and catch. I think you maybe have like held back the charge move there. I think I saw that. You held back the charge move thinking they were going to catch, but they also had a charge move, so it was kind of tough. Okay, good lead. And Araquanid is a kind of a spicy one here. Gets a Skull Bash. I would be throwing this ASAP to boost your defense and do good chip. So defense rise. I'm assuming it's Bug Buzz. And that does pretty good chip, and the defense falls immediately. I think you just go Hydro here. Take this out. I assume it'll take out from the red. They shield. What do we have on the lead? Yeah, but the poison is also half dark, so it's not like you super need. Not going to show your back Pokemon yet. So the problem is this thing's going to have to throw. Yeah. You don't want to show your back Pokemon yet, but you're not going to Mud Slap down a Bug because that is resisted. So you're just going to, and there's your Mandibuzz. And okay, so you have no, oh crap, these poisons are really adding up. Even though they're not even super effective, they're just neutral. But you have to shield because you're basically double shielding here. But I imagine that they are also going to burn the shield to try and just poison jab you as much as they can, knowing that they can align their Mandibuzz on your Gastrodon. Yeah. And you know it too. Game over. Yeah. Why am I... Why did Dan go quiet? Well, one, for the new mid-roll system, but two, the main reason I went quiet is because of... when you have such a... It was an extremely good lead, right? It was an extremely good lead into a poison-type Pokemon that has a Poison Jab-type fast move. So Gastrodon kills it. Blastoise does have a good matchup against them, but clearly not as good as you wanted because the Bug Buzz... the Bug is neutral, right? Bug is neutral. The fast move is neutral. The charge move is neutral, and Bug Buzz hurts. And Bug Bite started adding up on the front end there. I almost wonder if you, like, because you have such a good matchup, you shield there. I know your concern. The concern is that Skunk does have Trailblaze, which would one-shot Gastrodon. So if you go down a shield and then, you know, into Gastrodon, down a shield, you might need to burn a second one. But I think it's worth the fight. I don't know. Okay. I forget what was on the lead here. Let me just back up. Okay. Mantine lead. So we got to switch out and take it from Gastrodon. Let's see if they're going to chip here. They are going to chip with Aerial Ace. And then maybe get out. We'll see where they go from here. And then getting out into Quagsire. So this is just basically a play saying, I want to keep switch on your Gastrodon, but I don't have an amazing answer to this. So I'm going to chip as much as I can. So that way I can now come into my mid game here. It looks like a Mud Bomb here. No, just going to go Aqua Tail. Not even going to go to Stone Edge? Okay, interesting. So here comes the second Skull Bash. And that takes them out. So they're just going to come straight back Mantine. What are they doing? Not quite. Obviously, next time, just dump that Hydro. Any chip would be good there. Charm does go through. Lucky you. Getting a full fast move through. They throw Ice Beam Blind, apparently. So ice into a water is resisted. They're staying in. Yeah, I think it's worth to start shielding here. Because you don't know what's in the back. I would honestly throw. Yeah, I would throw too, because if they're willing to stay in and they may be weak in the back to this. If not, we'll let them two shield. I don't know about this. Because now it's like almost a fast move damage team on your end here. Especially if you shield up an Earth Power correctly. Okay, this game's over now. It's basically just a fast move damage team for you at this point. Yeah, you do have two Body Slams, so... And they just dump so much energy, so you can just go here because I think you're almost out of move there as well. So just going two Body Slams to grab shields. They will take you, but I think you have energy, right? They do go Earth Power to take you out. Not quite, but you should get to it for... Oh, they do take you down. Huh. Maybe you should have just committed to the fast move down? Those two moves maybe cost you 2 Mud Slaps. So 2 extra Mud Slaps and a couple charms there. Maybe takes out? Okay, Earth Power. Again, they let it go. The amount of mirror matches where they let go these Earth Powers is quite high. Earth Power on their end, they are not going to lose Switch. So they're going to lose Switch, but they're not going to give it up. But you will give up. And it's a Charmer. So yeah, so Sableye came in. We instant swapped into Blastoise. They've got their Charmer in the back, and they let it go, maybe expecting just that you had Hydros. I think at this point, maybe you'll live an Aqua Jet. Yeah, so now you have a move coming out here. Looks like you got the Deny on Sableye, which is actually huge because now you're probably going to get to a second Hydro you should not get to. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to get to that Hydro because I think that Claw would have taken you out. So that's not supposed to happen. But now Earth Power here. I mean, you have a Charmer left too, so it's not that it matters, but... Goodbye, Sableye. Overrated. Kidding. Go watch my video yesterday. Okay. Thanks for submitting. Always fun to see someone who is constantly on the leaderboard. Again, I think I don't agree. I think there's 2 plays I didn't agree with. The Charmer coming into the fighter when there's only like 2 fighters and a lot of Charmers, they're probably going to have an answer. So I don't know if I love that in this meta. Maybe it's maybe more likely to work in the open meta as opposed to here. And then maybe that fight, knowing you have such a good lead with Skunk there, but minor things in the grand scheme of things. So thanks for submitting. I don't know if I'll have another video this afternoon. I assume I'll put something out. I was looking at submissions. I don't have any more submissions, and I haven't played in like 4 days, so you know. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.